My name is Debra Lilley and I'm the VP of Certus Cloud Services, and I work for a company called Certus Solutions, and we're an Oracle partner and we exclusively work with Oracle Cloud applications. So I actually want to talk about extending the solutions. So we exclusively work with Oracle ERP and HCM applications, and we've been doing some work with extending those with Oracle's platform as a service, their development tools in the cloud. The short name for the solutions is called PaaS for SaaS. It's one of those names that rolls off the tongue, but it's not as easy to type. But really what it is, it's about giving people access to the development tools on a cloud platform so that they can actually extend their applications and have that extension hosted in the cloud the same way that the applications that they've started with are. What's happened over the past few years is that people have they've really bought into the idea of moving to the cloud. One of those benefits of moving to the cloud is that you can't change it. Therefore, everybody's on the same release, the same version. It's easier to maintain, it's cheaper, all of those things. But actually, what people want to do is to put things that are relevant to their organization, the things that are different for them, into those applications. So there's this, thou can't change it, but actually we want to. And what's happened now is that Oracle have made their development tools, the same tools that they've used, available for you in the cloud. You can build your extension and then integrate the two, so which means that you haven't changed the application, but you have been able to extend the functionality. So that's one of those great things about cloud, and I don't want to sound like a cloud salesman, but scalability isn't an issue. Okay, you're paying for what you use, and therefore if you want to use more, you just pay more for it. There isn't an issue about I've got to start off knowing where I'm going to get to. I can try something out, I can scale that out, I can build on it, I can continue to build. It's like having the most enormous plot of land possible and then being able to extend my building as much as I need to. On the PaaS for SaaS side, where I would need help from Oracle occasionally is what are the components that I need. And actually that's more from a pre-sales point of view rather than from a post-purchase support stance. But that's very easy to get. It's very easy to go to Oracle and say, I'm thinking of doing this, which are the components that I need, and how can I work with that? On the actual support side, we do use that a lot for the application, but when you're building the extension yourself, then you're less likely to be using technical support. Onboarding is quite an interesting point, and I'll talk more about the applications themselves rather than building, because the building is just using the components. The actual basic onboarding is very straightforward. I can buy an application today or sign the paperwork today, and in less than 10 days I will have my instances up and running. What's slightly slower at the moment is if I ask for additional services. So I might want to have my organization behind my own VPN, and the onboarding of the VPN service, because that's an additional service, that takes a bit longer. The same with if I want to use single sign-on with my own existing infrastructure, then again that takes a bit longer. So there are additional services that Oracle offer so that I can have the right integration and the right deployment for my organization, and they take a bit longer, but the basic onboarding is very, very quick and straightforward. Oracle have thought a lot about the integration with their products, with their wider portfolio of products, their on-premise applications. That's fine where people are using a very straightforward integration. But more and more you see people that have got a landscape that no one had considered, or this is their first time with Oracle and the rest of their portfolio is very, very different. And there's lots and lots of different things that people want to integrate with, and some of that needs to be improved. There needs to be more integration points, more APIs. So the obvious ones are all there and they're all catered for, but with almost every customer, you find something new. But one of the great things about cloud is these come along very quickly once they've been identified. So one of the things that we're working on at the moment is we're building an application to maintain an organization's need for immunization. So we've got customers who need it for their staff today. We've got customers who are charities who might need it in an emergency. So, we've identified immunization as something that people need. And that's quite interesting because you can add it, you can have it in the system just as a requirement. So in the same way you might say, oh, this person needs a bachelor's degree in science, you can say they need immunisation against swine flu or something. But actually you need to be able to manage a program. How do you do that? How do you get a whole team immunised? How do you deal with the period of time that they're valid for, etc., etc.? And so we're building, using the PASS components, an extension application for immunisation. And it's allowing people to do some of their front office needs in their back office applications. So it's a very powerful way of moving forward. So the way that we work is we try not to look at the gaps at the very beginning. The customer says, this is what we need, this is our back office, and we've chosen Oracle to do that. And we try not to get overexcited at the beginning about how we could possibly take that forward later. Let's move them to cloud, let's get those advantages straight away. But then very quickly you start saying, well, what things are still slowing you down? What are the manual processes that are happening in your organisation? Do you know, the word manual is the big trigger. They say, well, we're still doing this on a spreadsheet, we're still doing this. I just send emails out to this list of people, whatever, and you say, okay, that's an area where I want to take it and automate it, and that's where I want to extend my application. One of the things that happens about cloud is it changes so quickly. So if I'd have given this answer just 6 months ago, Oracle had 4 components in their PASS portfolio, and today they've got 32. So by the time someone watches this video, the number could be, whatever. So it's very difficult to say, to talk about what's the best part of it, because it's changing all of the time. But I'd say the one that excites me the most at the moment are the integration cloud and the mobile cloud, allowing people to connect up their enterprise and then make that mobile for people, because that's what people need more and more in their enterprises. My recommendation is always talk to someone who's doing it or who understands it. The PASS portfolio is changing all the time, so you're not going to be able to find someone who's done exactly what you want to do already. What you need is someone who understands that roadmap, understands the technology that's being offered to you, and then sit down and get them to understand your use case, and then work with them on what is the possibilities, what can be done with it.